What are bonds and how do they work? Bonds give the town the option to build a project and then pay it off over time. Think of bonds like a home mortgage. You get a big amount of money up front to buy a home, and then you make smaller payments with interest over time to pay it back. The town utilizes bonds when we are building with the future in mind. By thinking ahead and building for the future, we can stay ahead of growth. There are many different types of bonds, and some types require voter approval. One type of bond is a general obligation bond. Citizens vote to give the town permission to use these bonds. When voters approve a general obligation bond, they are also agreeing to tax themselves a secondary property tax to pay back the bond over time. Gilbert has used these bonds to build streets and other infrastructure. Another example of Gilbert's use of bonds is our expansion of the wastewater treatment plant. The cost of this expansion will be paid over time by new residents and businesses in the form of system development fees. These fees are paid to offset the cost of the capacity that new homes and businesses will use in the town's systems, like the water system or the park system. This type of bond has to be approved by both a citizen committee called a Municipal Property Corporation Board and by the town council. A third type of bond is an improvement district bond. Improvement districts are formed by property owners within a small, designated area of the town who need to make infrastructure improvements like streets, sidewalks, water or sewer lines, traffic signals, or street lights that are the responsibility of the development and not the town to build. The property owners agree to pay an annual assessment on their property until the bonds are paid back. These assessments are only paid by the properties within the improvement district. Gilbert has no primary property tax, only a secondary property tax, and the lowest total property tax rate in the region. Gilbert is very strategic and thoughtful when we take on debt for our community, and we explore all options before asking for voter approval. Gilbert has the lowest amount of debt per resident in the region, which means you are taxed less. Just like with your mortgage, you pay less interest when you have a great credit score. Gilbert also pays less interest with a good credit rating. Gilbert has a AAA rating, which is the highest score attainable, and that means we can build for the future at the lowest cost. As part of our ongoing effort to prepare Gilbert for the future, we continue to pay off existing bonds, which gives residents the ability to decide on future project bonds without impacting their property tax rates, and in some cases, we refinance old bonds to take advantage of better rates. Since 2012, Gilbert has saved over $38 million by refinancing old bonds and has paid off over $67 million in debt early. To find out more about how Gilbert puts your tax dollars to work, visit gilbertaz.gov/budget.